Right, so we missed a few videos the last couple of days. I've been a little bit ill, as you can probably still hear in my voice. So we're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're gonna have our first guest on the Training Change TV show, and we're gonna be talking about training, life, positive vibes, and a little bit of mental health. So we're introducing the main man, Paul. So Paul has been training with me for nearly 2 years now. I actually first met him when he came to my house, and he was sweating up in the garden, helping us. What you doing?
Cutting the grass.
Cutting the grass. Yeah.
Trimming.
Trimming. Yeah. The overgrown forest that was in the garden. And then we just started talking about fitness and training.
Yeah.
You might have been considering it at the time, or something.
I've been thinking about it, but you never actually get round to meeting a personal trainer, do you? So the big step, yes, actually speaking to someone who does it.
Yeah, so that was like the first step.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. And then we had the trial 3 months and decided.
And 2 years later,
Still going.
still there.
Still going, mate.
Still going strong. And in terms of the training, because we do quite varied training at times, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
A
Yeah.
good bit of strength training though. Got to get your strength training in there. And a little bit of circuits, some boxing. But what would you say is sort of is there any particular area that you prefer?
I think now we're getting into heavier weights. Definitely the heavier weights.
Yeah.
The macho side of it. Eh?
The macho side of it.
The heavy weights, is the more you lift, the more you want to lift, and it's definitely quite addictive, the weight side of it.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I'm a big weights person.
Yeah.
What is it about lifting weights that you find so appealing?
It's the buzz when you lift them. You know, you're getting heavier, even if you're squeezing out that last one where it's right on the edge of your limit, and you get it. It's just like, it's a brilliant
When you get that last rep.
Yeah, that last rep when you're there, and and it's all you, and you actually manage it, and you think, that's the buzz.
Yeah.
That is the buzz when you can actually lift stuff like that.
That last rep. Yeah.
That last
and you know that you're getting stronger as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, you're just, your general strength all round is just recovery time, except when it's legs. And,
Good old legs.
Good old legs.
Everyone loves legs.
Everyone loves legs, don't they? The recovery time's improving. Probably with strretching exercises are helping, but yeah, definitely. You know, not getting any younger, by the way. I know I still look it.
How old are you, Paul?
48.
48.
48,
not
48,
50,
not 50
no.
yet, as has been, as was accidentally put
There
on
might have been
some stage.
a video previously advertising for over 50s.
Yes.
And Paul was the front man for that, but he is not over 50.
No.
So he's under 50.
So I'm still hanging in there, alright?
Still going strong. Training wise, you enjoy it at the minute. You're enjoying getting stronger, pushing the weights, and you're going to be introducing a little bit of boxing more like.
Yeah, a bit more boxing, yeah.
Just for the cardio side.
Cardio side of the boxing, yeah. Yeah, my fighting days are over. So, yes.
Scrapping days.
Yeah, their scrapping days are gone.
But despite us doing PT sessions, you train by yourself as well.
Yeah, I've been a member of a gym, and I still go once, twice a week. Bought myself a nice heavy kettlebell for home and some resistant bands. Can still do push-ups, do my little chair exercises. Yeah, just gradually, it just takes over a little bit when you start.
And it has been more of a gradual process.
Oh, it's gradual with me. It hasn't been full on. I've taken it quite steady. My diet has changed without me really realising. I've just started eating better. lost weight, had to buy new clothes, which is, well, it's been nice.
It's always a plus.
You know, it's good for the economy, and you know, it's making me feel better because of the clothes I'm wearing are actually, you know, yeah, nice clothes.
So I'd say in general you feel a little bit better about yourself, you feel a bit better just mentally?
Mentally, maybe? Yeah, because for many years, going back probably to childhood trauma or whatever you want to call it, I've suffered from depression and never actually really, until about 5 years ago, after about 30 years, I had a real proper breakdown, and you don't really realise, you can't explain it until it really happens. It creeps up and up, the pressure. And 5 years ago, 6 years ago, was the first time I really had a proper, well, I probably had one before, but this one was a real serious one, and I had a lot of help from local NHS mental health teams and everything else to get through it. And it's just, you know, and this, it still comes back, you're not cured, but this is helping keeps it at bay in some way, is the best way to describe it. It just holds it back a bit.
Because I think a lot of people, services maybe have different ideas about what actual mental health is.
Yeah, I mean,
does that make sense?
It does make sense, because mental health is
quite a broad spectrum.
We can all, you know, I don't disparage it, and any, you know, we all have different degrees, I suppose, of where our breakdown happened, why it happened, you know, why we were depressed, whatever in the first place. And you can't, to try and describe, the way I describe my own depression, you know, you can't get motivated. All you want, I know it's strange, but when you sit there sometimes you'd think, you want to die, but you don't want to die, because all you want is the blackness of a death. Oh, that's really dark, but all you want is the blackness of death. So you don't have the voices. All you want is the peace. And to describe that, so it's quite hard to get across what I mean by that, but basically you just want your mind to be completely blank, because you just don't want the voices, you don't want the thoughts, you don't want anything anymore. You just want darkness, nothing in your brain. And that's my sort of description of how I feel I wanted, you know, wanted to end up with sometimes. It's very hard. We don't ask for it.
But sometimes you might hear people say, oh, I might be depressed or whatnot, and other people say, oh, it's only depressing, just get over it, or you just need to think a certain way. But it's deeper than that.
It's not. It's too deep for people, this old attitude, and it is an old attitude of just pull yourself together and get over it. I've taken medication. There's no shame in taking medication. If I was a diabetic, I would take medication, and I look on it as I've got an illness, and if I have to take medication for that illness, I'll take medication. I'm not going to be, what's the word, dictated to by people outside who think you should be a real man, you should do this, you should do that. I know it's a load of rubbish. Until you've been here and felt it, you would do anything to get back to whatever normal is. But yeah, so by the exercising, by the eating, it's all a help. Helps.
So it's more, as you say, it's not a cure. It's not like a
magical,
godsend or a magical
cure. It's really not.
It's just more of a
control,
an aid,
and helping yourself and accepting the help of others, but also helping yourself. And between the two things, you can get there.
Because there might be a few others maybe that has experienced similar things to you yourself in the past. And a lot of the times I think in the news and media they always talk about there's not enough services for mental health, but from your experience, have you discovered that? Or?
I was very fortunate. I was very, for whatever reason, I was very, maybe because I got so loaded, they recognised. I don't understand, I don't know, I can't put my finger, I can't say why, but I was very fortunate in having a complete breakdown almost, getting the age, phoning Samaritans, doing a lot, and then for some reason getting to an emergency doctor who actually seemed to recognise there was a serious problem this time that was going to go over the edge, and I got visited in my home every day for 2 weeks to check I was okay. I had a very sympathetic GP.
Did the GP come and visit you? What was it?
No, it was a NHS mental health team. Came and visited me every day for 2 weeks in my home. And I mean every day, until they thought, until the drugs they're giving me, which is quite a strong dose, had taken the edge off things. And then I had a GP, and I was recommended for further group therapy, CBT, and individual therapy. And this all happened within, probably within about, you know, it just continued from when I initially went. Over the space of the next 6 months, I couldn't knock it. I had the best care. Maybe I'm one of the lucky ones, I don't know, but I really did have.
And you had a few different people around you, a few different services.
So I did. I had the services around me. I say the GP, the NHS mental health team, the counselling people, an individual counsellor, psychiatrist. Yeah, I had a lot, all in one 6 month period. So as I say, I do consider myself very lucky. It didn't cure me, but it got me back on the right track. And also,
so that's I suppose that's that key bit there, is just getting you back on that right track.
As I said,
into sort of,
you don't get cured, you just get righted as such. You're like a ship who's capsized and been pulled back up again, and a few running repairs done, and then off you go again, and you learn from the people who've been talking to you that yeah, it can be, you can, for want of a better word, manage it.
Yeah.
You know the warning signs a bit better. As such, they are. And, go from there.
And then, so this, how long is this? 5 years ago?
It's about 6 years ago, really, the worst one. I'd probably had the same thing, about 6 years ago. And this was the final straw. I think over the years, over the last 30 years before that, and this is going back to childhood, I just kept battling through, thinking I could do it, have a drink, have this, have that, self-medicate and try and get through it. But this time, no, I was finished by myself. Oh, it's bad, mate, I'm telling you.
Well, yeah, I suppose
I'm laughing, but it's because I'm sitting there thinking that was.
Well, yeah, for others that haven't been there, haven't experienced it, is one can sort of only imagine.
That is, that's where the attitude needs to change. We don't choose to be this way. I don't choose to have my brain work that way. It's not a case of pulling myself together, because I tell you, if I could pull myself together, I would. So I've managed to muddle through for the years up till the big revelation 6 years ago. Muddle through is the word. You don't just pull yourself together, and anyone who says that to you really is, they've got no idea. They have got no idea what they're talking about, and they're best just tell them to go away and grow up and read up and learn about it.
Yeah, because
it's not a weakness. I'm not weak.
Yeah.
I've got an illness.
No, you're far from weak, mate. That's
No,
for sure.
that's
Far
but
from weak. Yeah.
I've got an illness, and you know that's it.